welcome back, everybody. It is the round robin stage of the wonderful Seattle Snooker Open here in Seattle, Washington. We're at Ox Billiards. David Burney is in the booth for this exciting match, this kind of almost little border battle itself here, with Dave Daly hailing from the Seattle area and Charlie Brown from Whistler, British Columbia, Canada. Obviously, Dave originally from Ireland, but takes up residency in America, and it's been here for many years. Just doing a little which hand is the chalk holding to decide who breaks off. It's a best-of-5 match. We're glad you're tuning in. It is day one of this great event. This should be a wonderful match here. Obviously, we all know the ability of Charlie Brown. He's been around the game for many, many years. Dave Daly obviously was involved in the game and then kind of slipped out of it a little bit, being in America, and just found this guy named Mike Dominguez all of a sudden and fell back into the game, and has really been a great supporter here of the short-lived Bays, but now Ox Billiards does a lot of great work refereeing, and here he is. He's going to get onto the table. Let's see what he can do. He's obviously running high a little bit, as Sean Murphy was in town doing an exhibition, and Dave Daly did take a frame from the magician. So Dave is set to break off, and we're getting excited for frame one. And do share the stream with all your friends. You can catch us on Ox's Facebook, YouTube, and/or Twitch TV page. Feel free to pipe in your comments. You're cheering for each player as well. I'm pretty sure they'll hear that through the Ethernet. And if you have any questions, feel free to fire our way and let us know where you're tuning in from. We've had people in Maryland, we've had people in England. That's a lovely long red to get things started for Mr. Brown. No real gap for that pink. Black is rather tied up. If he has just a little bit of an angle to stun up for the blue. He's an angle and able to use the cushions. That's what they're there for. But he's just come onto the wrong side of the blue. We allude to that a lot in the commentary booth, the wrong side of the blue. And for all you new players, it's obviously Charlie wanted to be a few more inches with his cue ball towards the bulk end of the table, because then the natural angle of potting the blue into the middle pocket takes him back down to the business end to continue his break. Like, could just roll this in. There's that red just to the right of the pink. He might be, I think he's got a good angle to take this red and cannon into the bunch of the reds to hold for the black. No, he looks like he's just going to go up to play safe. He just hit that a little bit thick, actually. He wanted that deep into the bulk area. It was definitely a true delight having Sean Murphy over. One thing that I personally took from it is in a frame he was playing, he did talk about his routine or what he was planning to do. It was a nice insight to hear how a player was talking through the shots and what to do. So if you ever get a chance to see Sean Murphy in an exhibition, definitely it's worth a few extra dollars to put in there. Yes, David Brock, this is definitely a marquee match early on. Two great players. Obviously, Charlie has won his first match in the group, so he's looking good. If he can win this one, he'll probably take the group, leaving an important battle against Dave and Javier to battle out for that second place. But a nice long blue by Dave. Doesn't look like anything really goes there for Dave. Just going to clip off this red and run deep into the bulk area. A bit pacey on that. I wonder if he just baited Dave into taking this shot. If he misses, it could be disastrous. Could be leaving that cue ball in with the reds. These tables do have the similar cloth. They're all-star tables. Charlie has played a match already, although he's been off the TV table, so maybe just plays just a little different. Dave might have a little bit of home field advantage. Very nice done by Charlie there. Black is rather tied up. A great contact there. You can really hear a lot of noise there on that shot. But at least the red did drop, and he wanted to draw that back a lot more. Fortunate is actually this pink might be tight to the cushion. Just makes it a little bit more easier. Charlie coming to inspect that. Obviously the idea when an object ball is glued to a cushion, to get a successful shot and potting it, you want to have your cue ball hit the cushion and the object ball at the exact same time. Tough to see from my vantage point. It might have just been a hair off the cushion. That makes it just tricky. And David Brock, thank you very much. Giving me some kudos in the commentator booth. I did have a great time when David was over here at the first Seattle Snooker Open. Had good fun bringing him in the booth, and I really appreciated his expertise. Charlie's played here for a few times, so he is aware of the great conditions here at Ox. So you don't have to hit the ball too hard. Very fine cloths, like a skating rink. That's a shot he'd like to have back. But Black's quite tied up. He's going to have to do a lot with this cue ball to bring it up table to continue his break after the red. Maybe just the rocker cueing it in his whole body almost onto the table made it tough. He just couldn't really get through it. Maybe a little deceleration. Nice two-way shot there by Charlie. It's come up at just a bit short. As Dave can clip off the... Whereas he's going to open up the black. Well, he didn't find cover, but... leave an easy starter for Charlie. Charlie's got to negotiate this brown, just make sure. Charlie's now getting the speed of the table. It's a nice cue ball that he had up there. Very close to the bulk cushion. These players don't usually miss a second opportunity. Oh, beautiful little kiss on the black to develop it nicely. Just a little awkward going over that red for this black. Little surprise there. I think he was potting those in against Sean Murphy. But, he was playing in an exhibition, so maybe the arm was a little bit looser. As this is the Seattle Snooker Open, a little bit more pressure on it. Obviously, when you're coming playing an exhibition against a tour pro, you're not expected to do much, so you can kind of really let loose a little bit. In these amateur tournaments, we're all amateurs here. Just had a little bit of tension when he came through for that last red. Tricky pot. He did give it a pace that it didn't rattle in that horse to sit there. Definitely a lot of hiding spots up in the bulk area. Ooh. Ouch. Dave just uncharacteristically just missing. Ooh, Charlie comes back missing the shot that he usually gets, so just first frame jitters, but Charlie shouldn't be affected too much as he's already had a match. This is Dave's first match of the tournament this year. I believe our tie-breaking procedures, if players are tied in the round robin, does go to a frame differential. So Charlie with a whitewash in his first victory. That's looking definitely promising. Not his worst shot, but not his best shot. Has left another blind cut here for Charlie with this red into the green pocket. I'm pretty sure Charlie is a little bit conscious of the concession rule. Obviously, when they get onto the colors, if there's more than snookers required, it is an automatic concession. That went a little wrong for Mr. Brown. Well, 29 in it and 35 on the table. Shaping up to be a very important red actually here. If Charlie's able to take it and a color, that could lead into concession, but it looks like Dave has the snooker here. Fortunate enough with the yellow. Dave completely dejected by that one. It's opting for the safety, but he's just put it in a very usable pot for Charlie. If you can get pink and yellow, it will be a concession. If Dave's able to get rid of these colors, he'll nip this frame by a point. Obviously, it would be very tricky in one visit. But where that green is, it's a nice spot for snooker, if possible. So still anybody's frame here. And first of 5, potentially 5. Nice confidence built shot, just as Dave might have been getting a little bit of confidence. Now he's still in the frame there. That green has put it into the snooker's required stage. The pink's not in a bad position. Obviously, Charlie's not going to want to disturb that blue. It's rather safe on the side pocket, on the side cushion. Dave has a little bit of potential. Maybe get that blue off that cushion. Yeah, if Dave's able to get the snooker behind that blue, it would be very, very dangerous, that's for sure. But it's very tricky when it's tight to that cushion. You've got to be pinpoint precise. And Charlie's just got to be aware he doesn't want to do any unforced error of an in-off. Dave can still win. There's 2 snookers that he needs. Hello there, Sargon. Thank you very much. That's kind of you. Well, I don't know if I'm a Canadian legend just yet. I gotta put in the work. We're nowhere near that. But I do appreciate the compliments. That's very nice. Had some great fun with Sargon down at the qualifying event in February at the Paps Academy in San Jose. And hopefully we will see you again at the U.S. Nationals, Sargon. That's coming up in November. So many months away to get your practicing. This is looking good. Very nicely done. Oh, good hit by Dave, and he's developed that blue. Fortunate part, okay, he's okay, yep. Definitely acknowledged by a tap on the table by Charlie. Just need to roll a little bit more for Charlie on that shot. Feels just like Charlie could just roll this brown over the top left corner. Just drop it or get it in the jaws. And I'll leave that out to the chat room, the debate up there. When your opponent needs snookers, are you of the mind of just kind of rolling that object ball just over the cushion so it's forcing your opponent to make the pot? Or are you playing aggressive? Feel free to discuss. Everything went wrong, so that's a concession there by Dave Daly. So Charlie Brown, the Canadian, takes this first frame in this best of 5 match, and we'll be right back with frame 2 action. And we're back here with frame 2 with Charlie Brown to break off. As you saw in our little break there's some good advertisement for the World Women's Snooker US Open Championship. A real fun event. That will be in its 3rd year running, coming up August 9th to 11th. Always a blast to see some of our friends come over from Europe, as well as some local talent here in the Washington State area, and as well up in Canada. There's a lot more and more women picking up the cue. And it's great to see the numbers are expanding. Always a fun event run by the great Diana Schuler and Matt Hewitt. We will be streaming that event on Ox's Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV page, Ox Billiards. That's where you're finding the great action this weekend from the Seattle Snooker Open. It's David Burney in the booth. I'm pretty sure we'll have some guests throughout the weekend, also who will come and join us in the booth, give us their insight. But we're happy that all of you are joining in and enjoying great snooker action on this first weekend of summer. Shirley might have a little shot to nothing plant shot here. I think he was looking, just eyeing up, as you can see. He is definitely eyeing up that plant. And with the angle going into the red, it'll come a couple cushions and go up table. Just got to be mindful, obviously, of that red that's below the yellow. There's a pathway there for Dave. Yeah, just had to give a little bit of side, and that made it a bit tricky, as you can see. The picture paints 1,000 words. He's a bit frustrated with that. Yeah, I don't think Dave has the pathway into that top left corner with this red. Just drawing it back to get behind the yellow. It's done all right. Let's try to have a little path for this red. Does, it's there, he's on the black. That red in the middle of the table is blocking the path for the blue to go to the left middle. She does have the pink into the top right, so he's not too concerned about the blue and the red there. Just going to take this red into the right middle. It's done for the pink. Shot there. Would have been in a bit of trouble if he had missed that. Yeah, that red that he's close to, just to the left of the cue ball. Doesn't look too bad to go in the middle, but looking at it live from my vantage point, it is very, very tricky. As you can see there, that's a tough cut into the middle, so he's opting for this open red on the right side of the table. Black is open into the opposite corner. Maybe it wasn't. Did a lot with that cue ball to try and get onto the blue. So a few jabs to get a 15-point lead for the Canadian. But he's left an easy starter here for Dave Daly. Thank you for your well wishes, Peter Singh. I'm pretty sure all the players do appreciate your good thoughts. It's a great tournament. We're just missing you down here, Peter. Wish you could have come down and participated in this great event. Hopefully sometime in the near future. Happy with that miss. Leaving long. Right into the top right for Charlie. He's playing low on it. He's playing for the draw. Maybe like a short little stun run through. Tricky shots. Oh. It's interesting. Sometimes Charlie has the same kind of cueing, it looks like. That's the great Jimmy White. You know, cues really low. You think he's going to screw it back tremendously, but just a delicate screw stun shot there. But didn't leave the door open for Dave, so. Would have wanted a few more rotations on his cue ball there. Put it tight to the cushion. It's still tricky for Charlie as he's putting his bridge hand on the cushion. That's going to start to open things up, so whoever falters in this little safety exchange is going to probably be gifting their opponent a great opportunity. I know some of you, if you were tuning into the last match, I was alluding to that. You know, sometimes it's good to go for your chances. Some of these players, you know, high breaks aren't substantial. But definitely, Charlie Brown is well known in the circles out here. So, you know, if you do miss, you could be sitting for a while. And Dave Daly, no slouch, you know, put together a nice break against Sean Murphy and won that frame in that exhibition. Just ran a little bit more than Charlie would have liked. Good opportunity here for Dave to put some points on the board. Just hover around that blue. A nice little cannon into the blue. Ooh. Where's that black going to come back up when it's spotted? It's a bit unfortunate. Resulting in an end of break for Dave, so just kind of run and hide. Hopefully he can get behind that yellow or that green and brown. So, Charlie let off a little bit there. He could have been sitting for a lot longer. Just having this on the cushion just makes it a little bit more difficult. Yeah. Dave's just been missing just a few of those thin snicks. Charlie Brown is a player that won't let you get away with that all the time, so yeah, he's sizing up the table. His eyeballs are looking like saucers because there's a lot of points to be made here. Oh, he just didn't hit it enough. A reprieve for Dave. They are quick tables, but not that quick. He might be fortunate enough because this cue ball could be tight to that blue. What a break there for Dave Daly. So, try a little plant here. This could go wrong. Yeah, that's the tough part about that shot. So Charlie Brown let off from that mistake on his last red. Ooh. What happened there? That was quite off for the Canadian. So neither player really capitalizing on mistakes that their opponent has made. Dave looks to the heavens there. He had an opportunity, but
There's one mark for me now, though. Yeah.
Dave using all his mind, wishing that he was in a better position, but guess game on. We all know that snooker's not a lightning fast game, definitely. And Dave's having a a good think about this, but I think players do need to be aware that there is potential sometimes in these events of a time-wasting penalty, and it is in the mind of the referee, obviously, as we don't have referees right now, but these players are able to call in the roving referee and have a look, and if a player is in fact guilty of time wasting, it's a frame penalty, not just 4 points. Again, had a good opportunity there. Both players just struggling a little bit. We'll see for all the fans out there that don't know these two players, if there's any difference here. Actually, they both have the same attire, but that's Dave Daly at the table right now with the beard and the baby blue and dark vest, as Charlie Mann is clean shaven with the baby blue and the dark vest.
It's funny, because where I practice at, I have a school. I'll do an electronic one. Every time I keep scores in tournaments, I swear. Just because I play by myself all the time.
With a 34-22 lead for Dave. Still 51 points on the table, but I have the great pleasure of introducing one of the great analysts of the game into the booth, Prathamesh Sawant. How are you doing, Prathamesh?
Thanks for the kind words, Dave. Doing good, just waiting to play tomorrow and do some fun commentary today. How's the day been until now?
The day's been all right, yeah. Our first match was with Kevin Cooey and Jacob Lloyd. Some interesting choices that Kevin made early on. I don't know if you're watching it at home, but he was successful, but some stuff that both Christian and I were questioning. But this one has been some good fun. Both players struggling a little bit in the latter part of this frame just to find some form, as they both had multiple chances to really kind of kill off the frame or put a good advantage.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of this one. I think Dave missed a couple of chances to take away the frame. I think Chris missed a couple of easy ones, but I think Dave had a lead of about 15, and if he had a couple of colors, it could have been a different frame altogether. I think his black, which he made and then did not get the position on the red, that was probably the turning point. But Dave, I don't know if you saw the exhibition, but he's fresh off of a win against Sean Murphy in the exhibition. So I'm sure he's taking some confidence into this tournament from that.
That is true. I thought we might have to pull him down from the rafters. He was up so high.
Yeah, that was probably the break of his life. Yep. Another one where I think he failed to close it off. This was the opportunity to close off the frame with 3 fairly open reds. Have there been any significant breaks today?
Nothing so far, not on our TV table. Not sure what's been happening on our other tables. We're waiting just to hear back from some of our runners. If there was any high breaks, we'd be the first to know, and definitely let the viewing audience know what's happening.
It looks like Charlie is struggling too. I don't know how the first frame was, but I think in this frame he's missed a few which were a sign of kind of low confidence.
It's a tough test there for Dave. Hopefully Charlie can regain some of that confidence that you allude to, Prathamesh. With Charlie, he's not going to be missing a lot. He might miss a few, but sooner or later he'll bounce back.
That was a nice shot. All depends on how he gets on the blue or brown for the last red, I think. You can take the blue to get right behind the red, between the green and the red. Doesn't need a lot of angle on the last red because he can just roll it in and play for the green. Just rolled a little too much and it's going to be a safety behind the green, possibly the brown, but I think he'll likely play behind the green.
Wonderful shot there, and wonderfully called. He knows it all. He's Prathamesh. What can we say? Do you know what time you're playing tomorrow, Prathamesh?
10 a.m. 10
a.m. So let's see if he can put his words into shot making tomorrow.
And that's the tough part about this game. Words are easy. Dave's in trouble here. I don't think he has a one cushion escape from the right long one. Does need a bit of side from the left side. I don't think he has a straight out here.
Yeah, this could be quite costly. Although it is only 3 attempts at this phase of the tournament.
Yeah, but I think the red is positioned in such a way, if he plays it with a little bit of speed, there's a chance of leaving a free ball, and all the colors are open. And that was a really good attempt.
Great shot.
Can't see if he can see enough, but he might try to play behind the black. He went for the pot. This is the chance Dave's been waiting for. I think he can practically play for any color, probably the black. Yellow is in a really good spot to make position for the green. Oh, that's a surprising way to play. Just be okay. Does he have enough angle to get to the green? This is the shot. And green to brown decides the frame.
Wow, what a brown that was. It's got a little hiccup with their scoring, but this is looking good for Dave to tie this match 1 frame apiece.
Very strong finish from Dave. This is a break of 27.
So Dave gets that frame to tie this match at 1 apiece. Coming up, the very important 3rd frame. Who's going to take a 2-1 advantage in this best of 5 round robin match? Stand by and we'll be right back with some great snooker action from the Seattle Snooker Open Championship.
What? Didn't think I'd be snookered.
No. And that's probably one of those examples of where lady luck, you know, when you do something well, lady luck's out of favour.
That's right. Yeah. Dave, I'm just going to take a quick leak.
Yeah, actually, I might.
welcome back to frame 3 of this round-robin match between Dave Daly and Charlie Brown. It's David Burney in the booth, and I'm joined by the incredible Prathamesh Sawant. Great analyst of the game, I must admit. Always enjoy your company in the booth, Prathamesh.
Thanks, Dave. I think I enjoy commentating with you as well because I don't have to run the stream.
We all have to work together. We all do our parts. I think that's what's really important. Keeping the game growing, working together. You know, everyone's got their little niche that they do. You know, obviously we definitely need players. If we didn't have players, we wouldn't have tournaments. But we're always looking for more commentators, more referees, more scorekeepers. So if you love snooker, scorekeeping's not a bad job, as you get the best seat in the house.
Yep. Looks like Charlie's in early on this frame.
As he mentioned to us in between that little break there, he's like, well, it can't get any worse than that, so the only way is up. So
He's got 2 open reds after this. Depends on how he plays on the black. Played it high. I think he can go off of 1 cushion for the red just above the black into the right corner. Nice angle on this one. He can choose to open a couple of reds from this one. Probably a draw shot for the black again, off the bunch. That is a nice split. I think he might be too straight on the black though. Looks like he has a little bit of angle. He's gonna have to draw it back off the cushion for something in the center pocket.
yeah, it was a tough shot to keep the break going. So he breaks down on 15. Let's see if Dave can punish him for that mistake.
The first red is the most difficult in these situations. Dave is queuing well. If he gets position on the next red, I think we can see a big break here. That's not a good shot. I think he's put a lot of pressure on the next shot. I think how it turned out, it probably was better to just play safe on that one, but I think Dave was fuming from his positional error. Nice shot from Charlie. I think he might have the pink in the center.
Pink definitely had to think about it a little bit before it dropped and found the bottom of the pocket. Wonder if there's a pathway for that pink into the right middle.
Still doesn't have prime position in the break. Depends on how this one goes. This has all the makings of a decider, unless someone turns it on. Both of them are making 10, 15s, missing the difficult shots. It's going to be a tough match.
Who would you want to play?
Hmm?
Who would you want to play, Prathmesh?
I've played Dave. I mean, the way Dave's playing, I think I shouldn't want to play either. I honestly don't care because the first couple of rounds don't do anything for me. I either win it or don't. So it doesn't matter. But I've played Dave a lot. I think I've played him 10 times over the few years in tournaments. And my head-to-head is really strong against him. And it's not because I've played better. I think Dave tends to play badly against me. I played Charlie once, I think last year in one tournament. It was one of those events where we had 2 frames in the round robin and we tied 1-1. But I think just from a break building perspective, Charlie is a much better player than both of us, I think.
True, he has been around the game for quite a while. Big staple, actually way back in 1989. Played in the under-21s over in Iceland with Ken Doherty and Jason Ferguson.
Yeah, and I think we can see that. He might be struggling now, but I think if he starts playing a little better, he can pile on some big breaks. And that's the difference. I think that he has the ability to win the frame in 1 or 2 visits.
Cue ball to pull up a little bit behind that brown, but he's left a easy red for Charlie to get back in.
If he can get to the pink, I think this could be a big break. Can, I think it's a soft cannon on the red. Or a choice of reds after the pink. Wow. I did not expect that. I think it might be Charlie might be feeling it after Dave's close-out break in the last one. He's put some pressure on him. And I think the thing that makes a big difference for players who are traveling is the pockets here.
Mm-hmm.
You won't feel it if you're playing really well, but the moment your confidence goes a little down, you miss a couple of shots, this table can be horrible. We have Dr. Snooker saying Charlie must not be feeling right. Yeah, I think I haven't seen him miss this much, especially when he's in.
Well, it does get a little tougher traveling down to Seattle when it's summertime. Be a few more distractions. You know, usually we have these tournaments in the winter months when it's raining and miserable, and the only place to be is inside. But talking to Charlie, it seemed like he was a good boy when he came down. You know, just watched the hockey game last night and got a good night's sleep. So.
Yeah, he is struggling. Even the last shot, I know it was a two-way shot, but it did not even threaten the pocket. I think America has converted me. I called it a two-way shot instead of a shot to nothing.
Well, I'm pretty sure Charlie will be happy now as the president, pretty much, of the Charlie Brown fan club. Mary Griffiths is tuned in. Thanks for tuning in, Mary. Actually, Dr. Snooker, I think Charlie might be playing in the Pan Am Championship this year in Montreal. I thought I saw his name on the Cloud Snooker sign-up sheet. He does usually play in all the tournaments that he's able to, so I'd be surprised if he's skipping the one in Montreal.
It's a really good safety from Charlie. He's in a spot of bother here. He might have the reds on the left side of the table. But I can't see an easy safety. If he can get between the blue and the center, might be able to just lay on the reds at the bottom, on the bottom cushion. Looks like he's going for glory. This is close.
And that'd have been something.
I think this should be the end of frame.
Charlie already in command of the frame, and this opportunity is presenting a great frame-winning opportunity. Could put him one more frame closer to winning the match, which would do him well. He'll probably, if he can take this match, he'll have a record of 2-0 and be the group winner. But there's Dave Daly in his way. Dave is definitely a fighter. Doesn't go down quietly, that's for sure.
Is he on the blue? Looks like he is. He might choose to go into those reds.
Oh, lovely.
Excellent shot.
Sorry, both got excited by such a great shot.
I think it's the speed at which he played it. It was, I think, perfect speed. Just opened it up enough. I think we might see a big break here.
Yeah, he didn't really splash those reds open. It was just nice and controlled. Painter's Curse from Prathamish.
That's unfortunate. I think he did all the hard work, got in position to potentially threaten a clearance, and now he's let Dave back in. It's not easy for Dave though. The black isn't on the spot. Pink is off the spot.
And you got to put reds in if you want a chance to win.
Nice shot for the blue, but can't see a path back to another red though. Unless he could go for the yellow, but there's a lot of traffic to navigate. It's probably just going to be a safety after the blue. He only needs the red after the blue to leave Dave needing snookers.
We definitely gave him a chance on that, red.
Can you drop this in? Dave might be able to roll this one behind the green.
Yeah, that one's running a little bit long for him. Maybe the blue covers it.
Yeah, I think the blue covers it. Probably not the way he's getting down. It does.
I thought he had a good area to get behind the yellow maybe, but
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Doesn't want to open the black here. It's a good safety. I think another chance to go behind the yellow if he hits it thin enough.
an interesting way to find the yellow on that one. I don't know if that was fully intended there.
Yeah, I think at this level you can just aim to go somewhere close to the yellow and hope it gets there.
Yeah, you hear a lot of the players talking about in the area. That's where they want the cue ball to be. Actually, the name of the game is control that cue ball, but just have pin precise placement is very tricky. But if you can get like an area,
Yeah.
so much more advantageous.
Charlie doesn't really want to play this red because that was safe, but he's forced into it. And this this leaves the frame open for Dave if he makes a good red here. Again, behind the yellow. That's not a good safety. Frame ball for Charlie. Wow. I want to say that is pressure, but I'm not sure anymore. Dave's got a good chance here. The only if he gets good on a color, the only difficult shot is on the black then. Everything else is out in the open. Brown's in a slightly weird spot, but the green and brown is so close, he can get precise on the brown. Needs to draw this one for the blue. I think it is straight enough. Is he rolling this one? Wow, that can't be the right choice. I don't get this one. I do not understand this shot. I feel like he's let Charlie off the hook here. We're gonna have to ask Dave about that one. He probably had some weird angle or something, but I don't think I can explain it right now.
Yeah, Chris Lamb kind of coming over to talk to him, and you can just see like Dave shaking his head in frustration. I just wonder if his mind's maybe swirling just a little bit. Just needs to like.
Because a player like Charlie, I think when he sees someone play, like not take a shot like that on, it's just going to improve his confidence. And if he plays openly, I think it's going to be tough. He needs a color badly. If he doesn't get a color here, he can only try and play for the respotted black. So it's got to be a green or a brown. Green if he's feeling aggressive. Position is automatic. Yeah, this was a surprising choice. He went for the red where the position was difficult because of the cannon on the yellow, but did not when it was relatively open. So we're going to have to ask him about that one. Is this Charlie's? Has Charlie won the first match, or Dave?
Oh, and that's a concession there. All right. This is Dave's first match, and Charlie did win his first match. So if Charlie's to take the next frame, he'll win the match, move along into the knockout phase, and then there'll be an exciting match, obviously, between Dave Daly and Javier Valenzuela, as they both have a loss, and the winner of that will move on. So we'll step aside for a few short moments and come back with frame 4.
And then I realized afterwards, oh shit, there's another red.
And we're back here with frame 4. This exciting round-robin matchup between Charlie Brown and Dave Daly. David Burney is in the booth, and I'm joined by Prathamesh Sawant. It's always great hearing Prathamesh analysts. He really knows the game inside and out, and can give a good perspective of what the player is kind of feeling at the table.
I'm hoping this year I can even play better than I've played in previous years.
Just play like you commentate. You're top notch in the booth.
Yeah, I can see all the shots, just can't play them. I think the start of this frame is important for Dave. Last time he let Charlie get away with a couple of colors and he was always playing catch up. Decent length on the safety, but someone needs to get the cue ball to the left side near the yellow pocket to make it difficult. Figure of 8 safety. This is a good safety. He's covered the right side now. And I think Dave missed an opportunity in the last safety. Instead of the thin, it should have been a figure 8 safety near the yellow to block off the right side.
Got a result coming in that Kevin Cooey has defeated our own Christian Youngers 3-0, and he has a high break of 73. So Kevin Cooey looking to win that group, but there's going to be a big battle with Christian Youngers going against Jacob Lloyd, as they've both lost. So yeah, lots of excitement getting here near the climax of day one.
Important shot for Dave. I think Charlie can get to the red, bottom left of the table. It's not easy to get safe here because there's a red that's straight off to the balk area.
Okay, one thing the players are now going to have to start to contend with, as Ox is starting to open up to the public here in Seattle, Washington. So it's been rather smooth sailing a little bit in the morning sessions, but now that we get in the afternoon, there might be some excitement on our smaller tables from the paying public. Not there yet that we can have isolated rooms with just snooker, but we're appreciative of all the rooms that put forth these tournaments. You know, they sacrifice a lot of time and labor to put these events on, because they do see the end game for sure of the growth of the sport, and staging these great tournaments like the Seattle Snooker Open that people are going to want to practice and practice to become a champion. Another great tournament that we have coming up here is the 2024 World Women's Snooker US Open, running from August 9th to 11th here at Ox Billiards in Seattle, Washington. Always a lot of fun when those women come to town. Some great shot making, some great laughs. We were treated to a century last year by Mink, and a great final between Mink and Onyee. So mark that on your calendars, August 9th to 11th, the World Women's Snooker US Open here at Ox. I think Dave was kind of forced into taking that pot on. The path for safety really wasn't there.
Could have left it easier for Charlie. It's a tricky first red. It's a fairly open frame now. Really depends on getting position for the first color. It's not straightforward. Unless the black is on. It's a nice pink from Dave. This is his chance to run away with it. At least 5 reds into the open. The black is tied up, but he has the pink and the blue. Just fell a little short on position. Can't play the blue unless he wants to go around the table. It's gonna have to be the yellow, I think. I think he can play into a nice area to get towards the pink. Or do that. I think that's a better choice. Fell short again. I think he might have to play for the pink in the center.
Didn't look comfortable on that shot just from the get-go.
He felt a bit rushed as well when he took the rest.
Mm-hmm. Well, a nice
I wonder
little...
if this red goes past the blue. I think it does. Strange shot if he's left this on. nice blue. He's got the red. I think he's got a good angle to get top side of the blue. I think it just got there. Gonna need to come up with a bit of a shot here to get to the reds behind the black. I think someone activated some special effects.
I think so. We might just have to find our crack whiz Christian Youngers to come on here and just take a look and see what's going on with the stream. We have been having some problem with this psychedelic snooker that's been happening here on day one of the Seattle Snooker Open. We'll just step aside and get your screen adjusted correctly. So we just have to do a little reset work on our camera, and we'll get that one corrected for you. Fortunate enough here, the great production team here at Ox has multiple cameras to take in the action. Once that camera gets adjusted, we'll adjust the score and we'll be back in business. We just got to chip away here. Yeah. Clip off and there we are. We are updated. Score is correct. The cameras are humming. Prathamish is here with David Burney.
Dave's in a strong position in this frame. And it's looking. I was gonna say it's looking good for a decider, but maybe not.
True, I was right there with you, and that just rattled in his jaws, and it developed the black nicely. So, see what Charlie can do here.
Just got a missable position. He doesn't quite have to get the angle to go into the bunch here. Pull it back a little bit, then play the black for the red on the bottom cushion. Do you think the first red in the bunch closest to the black goes in the right, at the bottom right. He's got an angle to get there if it goes.
Yeah, a little tough to tell from that angle as well. Not sure. Heard if he stunned up into them and kind of developed these reds a little bit.
Yeah, he might have just enough to get there. And he's stuck on them.
Too low.
I think Charlie just said it's touching ball.
And in that instance, the player can shoot away as the touching ball adds as the first contact. One caveat of the touching ball in a colored ball situation, you can nominate either the colored ball that it's touching or a different colored ball and no foul is awarded.
Nice safety behind brown. Might be able to see the red on the cushion. Not an easy return for Dave. That was a not so dreaded double kiss. Choice of safeties here, probably between the green and the yellow. Behind the yellow is the way to go. He might choose to go behind the brown.
Well judged.
Just rolled off far enough that I think Dave can see the red closest to pink and thin off of it pretty much to the same position or near the yellow. He did way thicker than I thought. Charlie's got a tough starter, but if he gets the red, it's a pretty open frame. He might just go favorite if he gets the red. Yep, I think Charlie's the favorite for this frame now. Nice position on the red. I'm not sure if the black goes to the bottom right, but he's got a choice of colors here. He can play for pink. Pink into the center, pink into the corner. Lots of options. There we have confirmation black cannot go into the bottom right. He might even have an angle to take the black in the same pocket as the red. Pink is probably a safer choice.
Where that happened. Great cue power.
He's landed in between.
I was just about to ask you, Prathamesh, what do you fancy? A blue or a brown here?
Blue. Brown would have been a good job if the green wasn't there, off the two cushions. But the green being where it is makes blue a better option. This has all the signs of a really close frame. won't be closed now.
And our traditional bird's eye camera there is just having a little Fritz work there, not wanting to cooperate.
Charlie has tried to make position on this red twice and missed. Let's see what happens the third time. It's perfect on it.
Third time's a charm.
Frame ball.
Frame. Getting close to the match. Moving on into the knockout phase. It's all there for Mr. Brown. The machine was struggling a little bit, but he's definitely, when it matters, found some form. 28-point advantage with 27 on. If he gets yellow and green, it's an automatic concession. In the round robin, we play more than snooker is required on the colors. It's a concession.
Nice break of 34 by Charlie, which should have sealed this match.
Yeah, that green will do it. A little nervy for the Brown supporters. He's losing some form, but he's bounced back. But Dave Daly as well is not out of it. He's got an important match against Javier Valenzuela. So that it is. Scoreline 3-1. Charlie Brown over Dave Daly in this round robin match. We'll be stepping aside for about 10 minutes or so. Thank you very much, Prathamish, for joining us in the booth. Your analyst is top notch. Hopefully we can see more of you over the weekend, but I'm pretty sure you want to be on the table winning the championship.
Thank you, Dave.
Take care, sir. So stand by, everybody. In about 10 minutes, we'll be coming up with our final round-robin match of the day, looking to be Connor Morgan against Anwar Najata. And that should be a fun one to finish off the day. So stand by, everybody, and we'll be right back.
And then I don't know what you were doing here. What were you doing, like rolling into the pack?
I was just